capacity. But nevertheless, I want to say thank you for just waiting for us. And I hope during this call, you will get the chance to know more about Upwardly Global, to know all the information about the program, and know about the next steps. So thank you all for joining. I see more folks are joining, so one more minute and we will kick off officially. Hello, everyone. For the folks who just joined us, my name is Fahad. I work with Upwardly Global as a program manager. Today's call will be to talk about the program, to talk about the organization, to talk about the next steps. We will have time in the end for your questions, but feel free to post your questions in the chat. Our program director, Elena, who's on the call, will also be helpful and helping with the chat questions. We can probably start now since it's 10:02, and I think we have 20 plus people joining. So without further ado, I will start sharing my screen and we will be starting. Or Elena, do you want to say anything before we start? Sorry.
Thanks, Fahad. No, just a really warm welcome, and just to echo what Fahad said, we're really grateful you're here, and especially grateful for those of you who have been waiting patiently. So, Fahad, I'll let you take it away.
Thank you, Elena. So I'm sharing my screen with you. And again, let me start by quick introduction about Upwardly Global. Upwardly Global is a national nonprofit organization. We work with highly skilled immigrants and refugees who are newcomers to this country. We work with them to help them navigate the US job market and restart their career here in the US and become restart all their career goals and aspiration and become our next success story. The organization, we've been working in this field for the last 25 years. And here are some numbers that we can share with you. We do have 4 offices in this country, one in New York, one in DC, one in Chicago, and the one in San Francisco, where we are talking to you from. Elena is our director for Western Region and San Francisco office. We do serve job seekers in 19 states, and we have 90 plus staff members. But the most important maybe figures that you want to know today is that we helped over 10,000 job seekers over the last 25 years restart their career in the US. For the record, I was a job seeker, and Upwardly Global helped me find my first job here in the US. Then I joined them as a staff member. Each year, on average, especially the last few years, we helped over 1,000 job seekers secure a meaningful employment. That's a professional job in their field or the field they desire, with an average salary of $64,000. Upwardly Global is not a staffing agency or a placement agency. So we don't promise you jobs, but what we promise you is that we will give you the resources, the tools, the coaching, and the guidance that you need to become the most successful in your job search and to secure a placement or secure a professional employment as soon as it's possible. And you may ask, is this program, how much it will cost me? Nothing. This program is absolutely free. As a nonprofit, we don't charge you anything, not now, not when you join the program, not when even you find a job. That's not what we do. We do get our funding from different sources. That's grants, that's donations, but it's not on you as a job seeker. And I want to dig a little bit deeper into our program. What you have been waiting maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks, or unfortunately a few months. And again, we want to apologize for that. And the reason for that wait is because as a nonprofit, we have a certain capacity, certain limit. And over the last few months, we received an influx of applications that put a kind of a wait list for our program. And our program is is a combination of a few things. It's not like one you will get only access to one aspect and that's it. No, our program, we will provide you with online courses, more of a self-study. You do it on your own. Some of you already completed those courses. Some of you did not even start it, and that's fine. I will talk in detail about those courses. Those courses are really important because it helps you get a foundational level of understanding about the US job market and what you need to do next. Maybe the most important aspect of our program is working with a career coach, whether on one-on-one setting or in a group setting. That coach, he or she, will be able to help you even gain another level in terms of your knowledge about the US job market, knowing your career path, or helping you even career mapping, knowing what's needed in your industry. And then hopefully with that information and with that guidance, you will be able to move to the next step in terms of your job search, whether it's you're not getting interviews, you will be getting interviews, or if you're already not getting interviews, then hopefully you will get a job sooner rather than later, or you maybe have questions about skilling, certification, so on and so forth. But self-study or online courses, coaching is not enough. We also help you with building your professional network because it's a key element in the US job search. That is, you have the right network to help you identify more opportunities that align to your career. All this will be part of the program, and we will go into details about all of these steps. Now, let's talk a little bit about the program, like the coaching program. So today you are here doing the onboarding call and orientation. You are eager to join, but you want to know what you are really getting. You waited long time for it. You probably read about it also on the website, but today is where we explain it to you in details. By joining our program, and I hope to welcome you all to this program soon, you will be working on many aspects, as I just explained, but with the career coaching program, you will be focusing on a few elements. Some of this will all apply to you, some of it will apply just partially. So what are those things? Resume development. We all have resumes, or maybe in your home country, you call it CV, just like my home country. And here in the US, it's completely different. And we need a resume to apply for jobs so we can get to an interview. That's the purpose of the resume. In this program, we will not only help you develop your resume, have a resume that is strong enough as a starting point, but we will also help you understand what resume customization means, best practices, and how to use the available tools to help you get the best resume for that specific job. Because if you apply for 2 jobs with the same company, you cannot use the same resume. You still want to speak the language of the job. So the hiring manager or managers or the recruiters look at your resume within that 30-second window and say, yes, I want to call this person for an interview, whether it's in person or Zoom or just phone screening. And that brings me to the interview. The most part of your job search is when you get that interview. We hope you are getting more interviews, not less, but the interview itself is always like it makes you maybe nervous. Maybe you are not sure you are fully prepared. And with the career coaching program, we will provide you with online training that's help you can watch that training over and over and over again every time you have an interview. Your career coach will also help you with best practices and preparing for interview, from how to research the company, research the position, and how to position your answers in terms of what we call PAR, problem action result, for example, or project action result. So you are as prepared as possible, because in every interview, there will be the question that you are not prepared for. But because you are prepared for everything else, you will have the time, you will have the knowledge on how to navigate that question that no one prepared you for. But also, like, what we will prepare you for is best practices, what to do before the interview, during the interview, and after the interview. Building a professional network, I just spoke about it, but most of us, if not all of us, just recently moved to this country, and we lost our personal and professional network, whether it's friends, families, colleagues, peers, and just like people in the industry we are targeting. And it's very important, not about people giving you jobs, but knowing about the opportunities out there, knowing about the companies and the organizations that can hire you because they have the jobs that you are looking for, knowing about the culture about the place you are applying for, knowing about the interview structure. All these information will make you even more ready and more like give you more advantage for that specific position. And we will utilize our professional network. We will connect you with professional volunteers. We will invite you for events and more. And we will also show you the way to build your own professional network. I will try to help you understand what networking means, the best practices, and all of that. But when you do network, whether you go to a social event, you attend a professional event, you go to an association sponsored event, you want to talk about yourself. People are interested in you. So how you market yourself? How do you talk about yourself? Again, when I mention these courses or these items, we will mention self-study and we will mention resources from your career coach. They will try to work with you to get you to the best shape possible when it comes, for example, marketing yourself. What if you have 1 minute to talk about yourself? Are you ready? Do you have the marketing pitch to say, I'm professional civil engineer with 7 years of experience, mainly working in infrastructure projects, as an example? Is this the right message to say it in that context? That's what your career coach, plus the courses we will give you, plus also events and connection with the professional volunteers, all this will help you with marketing yourself. But all the points I just mentioned means nothing if you don't have an effective job search strategy. Because you are here today and you are applying for 300 jobs without reading the job description, without customizing your resume, without looking where the job location is. Suddenly you are applying a job in New York and you are based in Arizona and you don't want to go there. Why did you apply? Without knowing when to apply. The job was posted 3 weeks ago and you just kept waiting. After you applied, you did not do any research and networking efforts. You did not, again, customize your resume. You are applying for jobs below your level, above your level. All of that comes into the job search strategy. And you need an effective one because it's not about just applying. It's how do you apply? It's about what you should prioritize. Websites, job boards, networking, the resume work, the position is itself, knowing how to highlight your profile to that specific job. All of that will apply into the effective job search strategy. Additionally, what are the resources and tools available to you? Websites that help you with, let's say, example like JobScan that will help you scan your resume, again, the job description, places to track your applications, looking at LinkedIn, how LinkedIn can help you with your job search, how help you identify more jobs similar to the job you are applying for, and more. And last but not least, definitely each different industry in each different location maybe, and a profession will require maybe licensing and certifications. And all of us, maybe we are hearing from our neighbors, from our friends, oh, forget about your bachelor's degree from your home country. You need another degree here. Or forget about your certificate, or forget about your experience. Is that true? Not necessarily. And that's one way we want to help you to understand what your industry and your profession requires. Do you need a license? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Do you need another certificate? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. And if you do, how to go about it, how to find the best resource to get that license or that certificate in the most efficient way. We will help you understand that. We will help you navigate that. We don't promise you we will have all the answers, but what we will promise you with, even if we don't know the answer, we will let you know. Like we don't know the answer to your question, maybe it's better you check with 1, 2, 3, or maybe we find you another resources as well. Do we do licenses and certification for you? Unfortunately not. That is not our area of expertise. These are maybe, again, you might want to say, wait, I only need A, or I only need E, or I need it all, or I'm not sure. That's totally fine. The program is still right for you because once you join the program and you are communicating with your career coach, and again, it's either one-on-one or we do a lot of our sessions like as a group session, you will be able to communicate and ask the questions and the coach will tell you, fine, Maybe you only need resume development. Here are some specific resources, and here are some tools that will help you. And here's my guidance. Here's my recommendation based on your resume. Maybe you say, no. I just need job search strategy. I just need to know what's the best way. Again, that's what coach will help you. Or maybe you will say, you know what, everything. That's again where the coach will try to help you the most. And if you say, I don't know if I need anything, that's again also fine, because when you speak with the coach will understand your situation. And if it's true you don't need anything, then probably maybe you just need a bit of support in terms of like getting to the right place as soon as possible. We hope again those steps will be helpful to you, and it will not be everything in the program. There are other things that I will talk about here. But before I go into the details of the program, I think you are all interested, especially after all this time, to know the process, where you are today, what do you need to do probably tomorrow and next week, the week after. So first of all, of course, you all applied. I hope so. Most of you, let's say, applied to this program. And now you are doing the onboarding call or the onboarding call and orientation. And after this call, within the next 48 hours, we will send you some links that I will talk about. We will send you a link to an English test. This is a basic English test. It's a 50 minutes long, 50, divided into two parts, listening and reading. It's very simple. You only need to score minimum of 41 out of 100. Don't worry if you don't score 70 or 80. That's not the purpose of the test. The purpose of the test, we just want to know you are ready for our program. Everything in the program is in English. And all your communication will be in English with our coaches, with our volunteers, during our events. So we just want to know if you are ready or not. If you don't pass the test, don't worry. You can email us at programsupport@upwardlyglobal.org. We will give you another chance within the next 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whenever you are ready within that window, from now till the next 6 months. And the test, again, it's very simple. You will be getting that link within the next 48 hours. Additionally, within the next 48 hours, you will be getting an email with a secondary application form. The secondary application form is very important for our program. We built your profile and we know the demographic we are working with, because this shows our impact. So we will ask you questions like, and I will share my screen in a few minutes as well to show you the actual form. I'll ask you questions, your household size, are you currently working? Are you currently working is an important question, not to disqualify you from the program. Because if you are working a general job, a job that is low skilled, not in your profession, we just need to know, first of all, your current schedule so we can work accordingly, but also it will show us our impact and show our impact to our funders. If you were working a low skilled job and you joined the program and 6 months down the line, you secured a professional job, that shows our impact, whether it's the job type, the income level, and even like the impact on your community and your family. We will ask you questions. What are your profession category? Let's say you are an accountant and you want to work as a bank teller. We ask you these questions to know your career path, and don't worry about that information. When you talk with your career coach, your coach will be able also to explore other options with you. And then finally, we'll ask you to upload 2 important documents that we need. That is part of our eligibility criteria. We will ask you to upload your work authorization or your green card, or if you are already a US citizen, your US passport. The reason we ask for this, because we promise all our job seekers and our partners and our volunteers and everyone we work with that all our job seekers are fully authorized to work. There is no sponsorship. They don't need sponsorship today. They don't need sponsorship in 2 years. I'll give you a real example. If you are a student on F1 visa, for example, and the university do give you work authorization that is valid for 20 hours, unfortunately, that is not acceptable by our program. Don't worry about it. If you are not sure, just email us at programsupport@upwardlyglobal.org, and I will work with our program director, Elena, to review your case. And if it's something we can work with, we'll let you know. If it's something we cannot work with, we will put you on hold until your status change. The other document we ask you to upload is your university degree from your home country. No need to evaluate, do the transcript translation, any of that. Why we ask you for your university degree, and you can go either with the highest or the most recent. So if you have a bachelor and a master's, you can upload any of those documents. If you want to go with the highest, go for it. If you want to go with the one you have it at hand, just go for it. Why we ask for this document? Because in addition to saying fully authorized to work, we say all our job seekers have a bachelor degree or higher from their home country or outside the US. All these documents and all the information that you will share in this secondary form will be confidential. We will not keep documents. So that's mean we are not storing documents and sharing it. We will not mention your name when, let's say, we want to show our impact. We will not go, oh, Fahad was on a low skill job and now he got a professional job. No, but we will say numbers. 10 job seekers joined our program, 30 job seekers joined our program. 10 of them were working low skill, 20 were not working, and now all of them already working in a professional job. That is the impact. I will share my screen again in a minute to show you the actual form, just to walk you through it. But what will happen after this? So you completed the call, you completed the English test, you submitted the secondary form with the required document, you will have access to all our trainings, and we will connect you with a career coach. I want just to put the timeline on the career coach, like when we will introduce you. Usually we introduce our job seekers to our career coaches within 2 to 4 weeks from their completion of training. So let's imagine you completed the training today. Either we will try to connect you by March 1st or March 15th. That is the window. We will keep you informed about that window if we need more time, or we can push the time even more forward, bring it forward. I mean, less than 2 weeks, we will let you know. We'll always communicate with you. I know some of you did not hear anything from us for the last few weeks, but suddenly now you are hearing from us, and I hope we will continue that trend. You will hear from us more often. And again, this now depends on you completing all the steps. And then once the training is done, we will work to connect you with the coach, either within the next 2 weeks or 4 weeks maximum. And once you work with the coach, again, it's either one-on-one setting or in a group setting. You will be working with the coach until you have all the resources. And the coach usually work with a job seeker for around 18 months or before that if they secure a placement. Why we put this window as a nonprofit? Again, I explained that we have a capacity, and that's why you have been waiting. You have been waiting because we reached our capacity, and just recently, a group of our job seekers placed, or they reached that 18 months window, and that opened up space for you. So if you find a job while you are working, professional job, I mean, while working with your coach, please let your coach know. This will cost you nothing. The coach will just tell you congratulations, and it will just open a space for another job seeker to join our program. So hopefully you will be able to be joining our program, and most importantly, you will be our next success story. So in the next onboarding call, maybe in a few months, I will refer back to this call and say, our 30 job seekers who joined that call, all of them found a job, and all of them now are alumni into the program. And maybe you will come back to the program by saying, my company is hiring, share it with your job seekers. That's actually what we want you to do. So I will stop sharing for a second to show you the secondary form, and then we can move forward with the next slides. 1 second, let me share the next page with you so you can see it. You will be getting this, again, as I mentioned, with the English test within the next 48 hours. If you don't get anything by Tuesday, because Monday is an official holiday, our office is closed. If you don't get anything from us, system error or anything by Tuesday, please just send us an email at programsupport@upwardlyglobal.org, and we will investigate why you're not getting, or just resend you the links. This is how the form will look like. We are telling you why we need this form. We will ask you your name, your email address, which session you attended. Are you currently working? Again, if you are working in your profession and you are like working a full-time job, you probably don't need us. But this question is more about if you are working low-skilled job, not in your profession, a part-time job, please do mention it. And again, if you are in doubt, just send us an email and we can always review it with our program director. And again, this is how like the question will look like. Is it a full-time? Is it a full-time less than $25,000? So on and so forth. Then the questions will go household details. What is your household size? How many children lives with you? What's your income? And the income question, it can be zero, it can be 180,000. That's totally fine. Why we ask this question again is to show our impact, is not to deny you service or suddenly put a dollar amount next to your name. That's not our purpose. It's just to show our impact. Are you receiving public assistance? You can say yes, no, or you prefer not to answer. And then if you select yes, of course, it will give you more options. Are you ready to move or relocate for the right opportunity? It's optional, like you say yes, no, doesn't matter. In terms of it's what you feel today. Don't worry, in 3 months, what doesn't matter if like in 3 months you want to change it. Again, that's where the career coach will say, okay, let's change it. Why do we ask this question? Sometimes we hear about an opportunity across the country and should we share it? We look at the data and say, yes, we have 10 job seekers said yes, let's share it with them. Then what is your profession, the professional industry you worked in primarily? So maybe you select education. What are you targeting right now? Maybe still education. And when you say education, it will then open up more for you. Like it's okay, education, there are like other fields. You will not see all of this. It will depend which one you will select. So let's say you say, I was working as in education as a learning specialist. That's what I want to target. Totally fine. This is just to give an idea to your career coach before they start working with you. And then in the end, we will just ask you to upload the document here, those two. Those are completely secure. Again, we will not store it. All this information will be removed. And this is like, again, why it's important, because it shows that you are fully authorized to work and you have a bachelor's degree or higher, which is a program required. And speaking of program requirements, our program requirements are you are fully authorized to work, no sponsorship needed, you have a bachelor's degree or higher, you are a newcomer to this country, so 7 years or less, you live in one of the 19 states we serve, and finally, of course, you have like a basic English understanding and access to computer. That's our eligibility criteria. If you have a question about any of those points, just send it to us via email and we will review it and get back to you. I'll go back to the slide and you can still see my screen, right? Thank you. So now again, you are here. By 48 hours, you will get all the links. It will come to you through email, as long as we have your email, which I assume we do because you are here with us today. And then you, of course, you have access to training. And maybe you'll say, oh, I already completed the training. That's great. Again, the window of opportunity to connect with a coach will be 2 weeks to 4 weeks maximum. We will communicate. Here is one thing I want to encourage you. Once you get the emails, if you have a job interview, let's say you are interviewing with a bank on next Wednesday, please let us know, because we will try to see, maybe assign you a training, find a coach to help you, jump on a quick call with you to give you like tips and recommendations, especially if we have someone available. But at least the minimum we can do is give you some resources to help you navigate that interview. So if you have an upcoming interview, especially within the next week, please let us know in the email. Now, I spoke about training. I said, like, after you complete the documents and the secondary form, you will have access to training. And I said, some of you already access the training. So how do you access the training? Once you apply and you complete the resume builder, which is very important, our learning library will opens up for you, which we call Upwardly Global Learning. Upwardly Global Learning, you will see many courses, but there are 5 main ones. Marketing yourself. If you remember, I spoke about marketing yourself as one of the important tools and steps of the program. Networking in the US, interviewing skills, cover letters, and resume improvement. Resume improvement, you will use what you learned in Resume Builder, learn resume improvement, and then you will have another resume that is for you to use, and we want you to share it with us. So you probably will get an email from me saying, thank you for submitting everything. Can you please share with me the resume that you got from the resume improvement course? And that is the resume, that is the starting point the career coach will be working on with you. Those courses, by the way, we say it's 5 hours, it's actually 4.5. You can do it in one setting. You can do it over 2 days, 3 days. That's fine. You can use your phone. I still recommend it to use your computer. But if, let's say, you are on the go and you need to watch the networking in the US or interview skills, you can still watch it and you access it over the phone. And those courses still very important to us and you because it will give you a foundational understanding of all the points that is mentioned on the screen. And it will make you even more ready for the US job market. Other information, like when we give you English test through a partner called Educational First, again, the test is 50 minutes long, 50. You just need to score 41 out of 100. Educational First also offer us sometimes, not all the time this is available, but a lot of the times it is, business English, like some courses, online courses that you can access that will help you even improve more your language. And we put here a line like work with an English language coach. So this is not all the time available. I just want to flag this, that we will connect you with a language coach that is a volunteer that communicate with you over 10 hours in total, like 1 hour every week to improve that. I don't know if this is available this year, but if it comes available, we will let you know. If you need it, of course. Not everyone would need this. We go back to the coaching. Your coach, which is, I want to start first of all, explain one thing, and which is very important from previous calls. I also mentioned that our coaches are not doctors, engineers, bankers, lawyers, teachers, IT professionals, or any of that. Our coaches are experts in job search, in career mapping, in career planning, in interviewing, in resume customization, in salary negotiation, and more. So you will be working with a coach and you say, I am a health administrator. Your coach is not, but your coach knows everything about the healthcare industry and they will help you navigate that. They will help you with your job search. Knowing the job, doing the job, that is still your job. You might say, okay, but I am in IT and I want to continue to work in IT. Do you have an IT coach? That is not the case. Again, our coaches are specialized in the US job market. Each coach works with multiple industries and they know about like those industries. They know about the US job market and they also communicate with other coaches if they need more information. Now, what do they work with you again, whether it's one-on-one setting or a group setting? They go all the way from your career mapping, career planning, effective job search strategies. They share with you relevant positions if it comes to their attention. They work a lot with you. And you might notice I am saying with you because they will not write resume on your behalf, but they will work with you. So you can master your own resume and especially resume customization because in the end, it's your resume. You will be talking about it when you do an interview. They will practice a lot with you about like interviewing. They will even like you, hopefully sooner rather than later, you receive your first offer and second and third offer. And you don't know how to negotiate or how to select the best offer. That's where they can help you. So if you receive an offer and you are not sure about it, let's say the offer is 52,000, your coach will be able to look at industry standard, city, state, company size, job level, all of this, and tell you 52,000 is actually average. Based on the job description and your skills, you can ask for 55,000 and they will show you how to ask for this. Or they will tell you, no, 50,000 or 52,000, the example I'm sharing, is the right amount. You should accept the offer as it is because there are other benefits, etc., etc. Also, we work with a lot of employers, whether they support our work, whether they give us access to events or give us access to their resources, or sometimes they share jobs with us. Share jobs, that again does not mean giving us jobs, but they tell us, oh, we are hiring for IT and data analyst. Do you have any data analyst? And your coach will go through their data. Okay, I have 10 data analysts, share it with you. Share it with you so you can customize your resume, so you can apply. And the coach will flag your application, but that's about it. Like they can flag the application. So the company or the recruiter or the hiring manager knows about you. And hopefully that fact that they know about you will move you forward, if you are the right candidate, to the interview level. Networking, I mentioned, it's very important, and you saw it's part of the courses, and you saw it's part of the coaching, but we don't stop there. We will organize industry events, our webinars. We will do mock interview where you practice interview. We will do informational interviews, which is not a job interview, but it's more about connecting with other professionals. So you learn about them, they learn about you, and you build your professional network. On the screen, you see spaces of our events is limited. That's true because we do multiple events, but we have a lot of job seekers. So the moment you know about an event and you know you can attend, let your coach know or sign up yourself. And if you cannot, don't worry. We do this every month. So if you will say, oh, now I need to wait till March 1st and I already missed February events. Don't worry, we'll do March events, and we'll do April events and May events and June and so on and so forth. So there will be always a next event. But what I would encourage you to do is when you see an event you want to attend that is highlighted by your coach or by our events team, please do sign up. Now, part of our coaching, we said self-study. We also said licensing and certification. What you see on the screen, it's not a promise that we will have access to all of this, but these are some examples of the courses or the resources of trainings that we had access to over the years. So maybe this year Microsoft will give us access, maybe not. Maybe this year we will get training with Salesforce Trailhead Academy or Coursera. I know Coursera, probably we do have it this year. So Coursera, it's an online training platform with thousands of courses. Those courses will help you get a certificate that you can add it to your LinkedIn profile, add it to your resume, especially if it's aligned to your job. Now you will say, wait, how do I get access to this? That's where your career coach will help you with. And then you will say, wait, you just said there are thousands of courses in Coursera. How do I know which one is correct? Again, that's where your career mapping and career pathway discussion with your career coach will help you, because you can get as many certificates as you want, but if it's not related to your job or your career, or it is not the right level, it won't help you. We hope that this year we will have more or different things than not only what was mentioned here, and you will gain advantage from it. Again, this is not a promise. Don't say when you work with a coach, oh, Fahad said you will have Splunk. And the coach said, no, we don't have it. Because, again, this is just an example. And every year it's a little bit different. Your coach will be the one to confirm which one is available and which one is the right for you. And here, an example of all the companies that we usually work with. Again, they support our work, they give us events, or they attend events, say they send volunteers, and sometimes they raise their hands and say, we have a job available and we want a candidate. If you have a candidate, can you flag one for us? If your candidate is a great match. This is not a promise of employment. This is not a promise that this list will be available every time, but this is a promise that when we have a resource or we have information that can benefit you, we will share it with you. And that's about it in terms of the presentation itself. I will just do a quick recap, then give you some time to ask questions if you have not already in the chat. You already applied. You already now completed the onboarding call. Within the next 48 hours, you will get 2 emails, one with the English test, one with the secondary form. Once you complete those, we hope you also complete the resume builder so you have access to the learning library, the full Upworthy Global Learning Library. Once you complete the trainings and share that resume with us, we will work to connect you with the coach. The window to connect with the coach, we hope within the next 2 to 4 weeks. So either early March or mid-March, that's when you will be connected with the coach. If there is a chance to connect you sooner, we will let you know. You will get that in the email. If you have an interview that is coming, within the next week or two, please let us know in the email so we can work, either give you the resources, or if the resource is not available, maybe one of our staff available to help you. And if not, we will let you know. We will say, we do apologize, we don't have anything to help you with this. Those are the next steps. And now maybe is the time to give you like the next almost 20 minutes for questions if you have any.
Hi, I'd like to speak with you.
Go ahead, ask your question.
Yeah, hi. So this was great, very informative. And also thank you for all the help that you provide to people who come to America for the first time. So I wanted to ask you, I am a professional who's got over 20 years of work experience. I have moved from India a couple of years back. And while a good part of my experience out of this, about 10, 11 years of experience has been in the corporate world with very significant organizations like Bank of America and Hewitt Associates. In the last 10 years, I was part of my husband's business, and now we have moved to America. I have a professionally written resume, which has already been vetted by some people whom I know here, and I'm absolutely fluent in English. All of that is taken care of. I worked with multinationals all my life. Is there a way that I could connect with anybody in your team over an email to send my resume across, because it is a professionally written resume already? And I am looking at help in networking and connecting up with job opportunities.
Thank you for your question, and and thank you also for the information and the background explanation that you shared. So I totally trust that your resume is a professional written and it's amazing.
Yeah.
What the reason we ask you to complete our resume builder is not that we don't trust your resume. It's a program requirement that will open up the other learning library, and then it will be standardized across all job seekers, whether with 20 years of experience, 1 year of experience, or anything in between. What we want you to, and again, it will not, you can copy paste from your own resume, by the way. It should not take you more than 15 minutes, 1-5, to complete all of that. Now, to answer the second half of the question, can you connect with the staff over email? I would wait until you are fully into the program. Now, what I would suggest, the information you just shared with me, if you would like to share it to the email program support at Upwardly Global, so I can share it also with our program director and wait for Elena's guidance on that as well, you are more than welcome to do so. My recommendation to you, 2 steps. Do the training, it will take less than 30 minutes, trust me, and it will open up more resources for you, and you will be in the standardized resume that we use as an Upwardly Global organization. Second, share that information with us in the email, and I will share it with our program director.
Sure, I will definitely send you the email, because I mean, this is not to kind of undermine the process that you have, but I feel that I'm already kind of more than halfway through in it, in the sense of having a resume, having a backdrop, having my English skills. So if for me, if I could kind of jump over and start the process of looking out or working with you to figure out a network. I'm based in Los Angeles. It would just help in saving time. And since I'm looking out, it would be great if we could kind of minimize the time prior to that.
Yeah, I appreciate that as well, but again, unfortunately, I cannot jump the process. It's not within my like authority or capacity. What I would suggest, just let's jump the process by doing the training, by going through. Don't worry about, like, again, everything you do can be finished by late afternoon, let's say tomorrow, when you get all the links. And we will work as hard as possible to connect you with coach as soon as possible.
Yeah,
we don't want to delay you more than you are already delayed. That's not our process or our purpose. It's actually the opposite. We want to make you go through the process as soon as possible. And again, the reason I'm asking you to send everything in email as well, so I can see if it's within the authority and capacity of our program to do so by checking with our program director.
Okay, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Any other questions? I Okay, I'm seeing some questions in the chat. I know, Elena, of course, you are answering. So I will probably answer the last one to give you a chance to answer the remaining, and so we can combine. So Max, I see your question regarding the associate degree and 4 years of experience. I kindly ask you again to email it to us so I can just double check and confirm that. And I will be able to respond to you either, if not today, then tomorrow with confirmation, yes or no. I will let you know. So just send it to the email that Elena listed in the chat. And Mohammed, you said you used the resume builder, you completed 2 pages. Don't worry about the resume builder is just the starting point. It shows you 1 page. The second training you will get, which is the resume improvement, you will be able to do all the information again. And when you work with the coach, you will be able to even customize it even more. So the resume builder is just the starting point. It is meant to be 1 page. But then you can take it from the next training, you will be able to add all the information. If you still see that issue in the resume improvement, just let me know so I can submit a case to the tech department to investigate more. Any other questions? Okay, so I will do quick recap so you can all go back to your busy days.
I have one
Oh.
question.
Oh, go ahead, Mohammed. Go for it. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Fahad and Elena, for this introduction. This was very helpful, and I've already used it. I got the trainings and they worked on the resume builder, so it was fantastic. And thank you for that. My question is that you in the second form you showed us that we need to fill in, and there was a question regarding that do you have a job at the moment? So. In my case, like I have a job at the moment, but it's not in the US, it's outside. So it's a remote job I'm currently doing. So it's from my home country. So can that still be counted as a having a job or no? So what should I fill in when I'm filling in the form?
A really good question. I would still fill it in so we would know your current schedule and commitment. Also, again, this is not only about showing your impact. If you're working a 40 hours, let's say, job per week, it might be difficult to commit to the program. I'm not saying this is your case, but it's also to help us know where you are at the moment in the process. So yeah, I would fill it in, especially if it's like you have the hours and of course the position and company name. I would still fill it in. So it will help us also know like about your situation.
Yeah. So the purpose is that I'm trying to get a job here.
Yeah.
So I've recently moved to the States, so that's so I'm still now trying to get a job here.
As far as I know, and this is not a full confirmation, but this should not impact your program application because you're not working here, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want to work here, and that job probably is not a stable or a permanent job at the moment. But I am not the decision maker, so what I would do once you fill that information, of course, I will run it again by our program director just to get final confirmation and get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so to wrap up, you will get the emails. If you don't get an email by Tuesday, please let us know. The email is listed in the chat. If you have a job interview coming up next week or the week after and you want some resources, please also email us. We will work very hard to connect you with a career coach as soon as possible after you complete all the steps. And if you have questions, again, send it us through the email. And hopefully we will be able to welcome you all to the program sooner rather than later. And one more time, I want to thank you for attending. And also one more time, thank you for your understanding and flexibility all this time. That's about it from me. Elena, any last words?
No, we look forward to receiving your secondary form soon.
Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. And which email you should use to communicate, program support at upwardlyglobal.org. You will be getting emails from that, so it will be in your inbox. Also, you will be getting an email from me, so you will have my email also in your inbox. And Elena, thank you for putting it in the chat. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day and have a great rest weekend as well. Coming soon. Bye.